Hey everyone, we are back at Cookeville Hobbies here, Cookeville, Tennessee. We are going inside to pick up something brand new and something pretty special. Let's go get it. There it is, Axial base camp. I got one. I got the blue one. Let's get this thing home, get it unboxed, see what it looks like. Time to get this thing out of the box. Alright, so my kids and I really like this actually, so maybe we should just leave these here. You see these? I haven't seen these in other people's videos. That way the, doesn't get smashed, doesn't scratch up the roof. They literally glued foam to the top, and so they're kind of like alien antennas or something like that. My boys are voting that we should definitely leave that on there, no doubt. first test run is done. So, Son and I, we went out and drove it, and it wasn't very good. I'll be honest, I expected more out of it. You know, it has the Axial pedigree behind it. We know, I mean, I was really surprised when I got the 10.3 Gladiator, how that truck would just go over basically anything. I was really surprised with how good that 10.3 Gladiator was, so I had pretty high expectations for how this truck would perform. Plus, there's been, I mean, a bunch of YouTubers already out there who got these pre-released and said really, really nice things about them. Except they all hated the body, which is really funny because now that I have this one in person, I think the blue's actually not bad. Yes, it is a little bit of a baby blue, but I kind of like it. It's different, right? And the body, yeah. Also, the proportions of the truck are actually a little better in person than I thought it would be based on how much moaning and complaining I've already seen online from folks about it. Bumper looks good. You know, this kind of thing. It's not as bad as everybody said visually. But the opposite's also true. So many people said about how good it actually performed. They were surprised by how good it performed out of the box, and I'm surprised how bad it performs out of the box. And you can see, I mean, clearly it was slightly wet out there for us today, and so, you know, tires have some mud in them. A lot of the obstacles that we were going over were slightly damp. So I'm going to give it a little bit of, you know, benefit of the doubt because of that. And we're definitely going to get it out there for some more testing. Based on my experience with my other, like, especially my Gladiator, I'm just really surprised. I thought the stock tires were going to be better than that. They really aren't. I thought the stock weight bias was going to be better. It really isn't. So we're going to throw some upgrades. I'm going to do the normal roadside RC routine for this. I especially have to because I traded my son's crawler for Typhon TLR race buggy, which means this is his new crawler, so we've got to make it better. We've got to make it better. So plan for some overdrive, plan for some weight on the front, plan for new tires and wheels, of course, all the normal things that you do to a truck to make it perform better. I'm even really curious about how I can relocate the battery up front or the ESC up front. How can I get more of the stuff that's in there up? Can I actually even move the whole skid forward? Like, could I even do something like that? I'm really curious. This rear bumper is literally mud hanging off of this thing. This caught on everything because it really does hang over. I mean, that's 70 millimeters. For those that like to yell at me for using millimeters, that's almost 3 inches that it's sticking off the back for really no good reason. So what can we do to really shrink this a lot to improve that departure angle? The truck got stuck a lot in this position where the bumper got hung, weight was off the rear wheels, or it got stuck in this position where it hit a rock and the tires were off the ground. Body here, you can see where the mud is right here. This front body just catches on the tires all the time. Same thing up here, catching on the tires a fair amount. So we need to open this wheel well up. We need to open that whole thing up. There is work to be done here. So as I sit here today, one of the big questions is, should you buy this truck? So many people, of course, complained when it first came out, oh, it's just a TRX 4 Sport. Do I think it's a TRX 4 Sport? No. I genuinely believe it is a slightly more expensive, worse performing version of the TRX 4 Sport. There's lots of Axial hate coming my way right now, and I apologize. But just validly, having owned basically a stock TRX 4 Sport and having owned this, performance is very, very different between the two of them. I've seen TRX 4 Sports go over stuff that this thing didn't even try to touch today. Just really disappointing. I really expected more out of it from that. At the price point that it's at, you're also in Element Ecto territory, Element Sendero territory, and those are also, I believe, better values out of the box. They're in the same price range basically still, and you know, they have factory overdrive in them. Factory tires are pretty good. It's just not very good, but we can make it good, right? We can make it better. I am confident with a few modifications and changes we're going to be able to make this thing better. I really do. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are also. I am going to have a whole playlist. We're going to do a whole build series on this and see just how good we can get it. And the good news is the bar's not very high for me today. So upgrades that I have planned for it, parts that I have already coming in for it, we're going to make this thing better. We're going to make this thing a good performer. So you stay tuned. Please come over here, check out some other videos. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, the notification button down below, and we will see you in the next video. So thank you for your support, and goodbye.